If you have been finding yourself going through spiritual warfare and you're confused, you don't understand why, because you've been fasting, you've been praying, you done let go of the different people that our Father told you to let go, and it seems like you're still dealing with different spiritual warfare. I want you to read Matthew 12, verse 43 to 45, and it'll talk about how the evil spirit left out of the man, and then the spirit went roaming, and then when he came back to the man, and he saw that the house was clean, organized, and unoccupied, and so he could not dwell there. So he went back out and went and got several more wickeder and evil spirits, and he was able to dwell there, and it left the man in a worse situation than he was before. And I used to pray and ask God to give me the understanding of this. And what God allowed me to see is that the enemy loves an idle mind. That is the enemy's playground. So even though the man had cleaned up the house, he had organized everything, it was still left unoccupied. So the enemy does not care about you praying. He don't care about you seeking God. He don't, long as you're not being obedient to God's word and doing what God is telling you to do, doing the assignments on your life. Each of us have an assignment, whether it's big, small, whatever. We all have an assignment that we need to do. And even when you think about the parable about the three people that had the talents, and the one that hid the talent, he said, oh, he called him evil for hiding the talent, because he said, oh, if you knew that I was a harsh judge and I was going to be harsh, why didn't you go at least put my money in the bank and let it draw interest? And so you will see a lot in the word about God talking about being productive. He wants us to be productive because he knows that when we're not productive, that is how the enemy can come in and wreak havoc in our life. And with those evil spirits, you had the spirit of jealousy, anger, depression, suicidal, gluttony, lust. There's all different kind of things that the enemy will lay and apply down up on you. So he don't care if you're reading your word. He don't care if you're going to church 5 times a week. He don't care, long as you're not walking in obedience of what God has for you, the assignment that he has on your life. He does not care about you reading your word and about you fasting and all of that, because it's the main thing our Father say is to be obedient. Have faith and be obedient. And so I want you to go out, take this word back to our Father. Make sure that you bring confirmation with with yourself, but make sure that you are staying diligent and against the tricks of the enemy, because he can be very tricky and he will stop at anything